You're not going to believe what we've got today. So get comfortable, smash that like button, and let's get right into it. Something big is building in Foxborough. One invisible detail that could swing an entire Sunday, one availability situation that has the defense on high alert, and a quote that tells you exactly who's steering this offense right now. And keep this in the back of your mind. This weekend feels like a final, the kind that can rewrite the story of a whole decade. So I've got one question for you right off the top. Do you trust the Patriots to stay locked in when the moment gets the loudest? And I want your prediction before we even get there. Are you calling a statement win or a heartbreaker? Because sometimes the thing that flips a game isn't a play call, isn't a matchup, isn't even an injury. It's the whistle. Every NFL fan has lived it. A promising drive gets wiped out by a flag nobody understands, or a blatant call gets swallowed, and now you're yelling at your TV like that's going to change anything. And as annoying as it is, way too often the complaint is frighteningly valid. Now, I'm not here to pretend the Patriots don't make mistakes. They do, and some of them are unacceptable. But in tight games, where every third down is life or death, a flag-happy crew can turn into the unofficial third team on the field. And that's the nightmare scenario this week, because this Bills matchup isn't just another divisional game. You've got the division and playoff seeding sitting right there on the table, and the last thing Patriots fans should be talking about on Monday is an officiating controversy. Here's the small breath of relief. The crew assigned is John Hussey's group, and ESPN's Mike Rice pointed out they're tied for the 7th fewest penalties called per game. That doesn't guarantee anything. Nothing does in this league, but it changes the vibe. It lowers the odds of this turning into a flag festival that kills rhythm and drains the life out of a heavyweight matchup. And against Buffalo, the more football you get, the better it is for New England to set tempo, control the clock, and keep Josh Allen from getting comfortable. But there's a twist. When everyone expects a clean game, one big call becomes even heavier. A borderline holding on 3rd and 6. A pass interference that looks different in slow motion than it did live. A no call on contact that happened right on the edge of legal. If the game swings on one moment, it becomes the story for a week, especially with stakes like this. That's why the strategic takeaway is simple. 0 freebies, no false starts, no hands to the face, no late shoves. If this crew tends to throw fewer flags, don't give them a reason to reach for one. In a game like this, discipline isn't just a coaching point. It's survival. And while we're stressing over external details, there's an internal one that could change the entire defensive game plan. And if it goes the wrong way, it directly impacts how you survive Josh Allen for 4 quarters. This week has that tense, playoff-like feel, because the Patriots walk into Week 15 knowing a win isn't just a win. It's the hat, the t-shirt, and the franchise's first AFC East title of the 2020s. And even with that reality, the odds makers have New England as a 1-point underdog. That should tell you how much doubt still follows this team around. In a one-possession game, every single availability question matters, and the injury report dropped a line that made a lot of Patriots fans stop scrolling and start staring. Harold Landry didn't practice. After being limited earlier in the week with a knee issue, he was a straight-up DNP on Thursday. And we're not talking about a guy. We're talking about the Patriots' top-edge presence, the guy who leads the team in sacks and changes how offenses have to think. Even when he doesn't get home, he forces protection to slide, forces a tight end to stay in, forces quicker throws. Against a quarterback like Allen, that kind of pressure, real pressure, not hope pressure, is priceless. Landry's production speaks for itself. 7.5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, and constant disruption that shows up even when the box score doesn't. Take that off the board, and the math changes. Yes, Calvin Chason has flashed and he can take on more snaps. And yes, the Patriots aren't helpless without Landry. But let's be honest as fans. Rotating is one thing. Replacing impact is another. And if the front is already dealing with Milton Williams being unavailable, the challenge gets even steeper because Allen lives for extended plays. If you don't finish pressure, he turns chaos into a first down with his legs or a dagger downfield. You can feel the fan base splitting in real time. One side is saying, next man up, prove your depth. The other side has that cold feeling you only get before a massive game. The truth is, if Landry can't go, the plan changes. More blitz looks, more simulated pressure, a spy at key moments, more zone shells to keep eyes on the quarterback. Everything is on the table. And while we're imagining how to contain Josh Allen without one of the defense's biggest weapons, something else is happening on the other side of the ball. Something that should make every Patriots fan sit up a little straighter. This offense has never looked more comfortable, more confident, and more in control than it does right now. Remember the mood after the opener against the Raiders? People were panicking. The storyline was that Josh McDaniels' system was too complicated, that Drake May looked overwhelmed, that it wasn't going to work. Some folks needed one game to declare the whole thing a disaster. Looking back now, it feels like a massive overreaction, because May didn't just adjust. He took ownership, and the connection is becoming impossible to ignore. May and McDaniels are in sync. May talked about it this week, and it didn't sound like a canned quote. It sounded like a young quarterback who genuinely understands what he's being given. He credited McDaniels for coaching at a high level, for understanding defenses, and for building an offense that helps the quarterback instead of putting him in a blender. That matters. It's the difference between surviving Sundays and controlling Sundays. The numbers scream it. Coming out of the bye, May is leading the NFL in completion percentage at 71.5. He's second in passing yards at 3,412. His passer rating is 111.9, and he's already up to 23 passing touchdowns. And the part that really jumps off the screen? The mistakes have dropped. As a rookie, he threw 10 picks in 13 games. This year it's 6 in 13. That's growth you can feel, not just read. McDaniels has been just as vocal, talking about May's preparation, his purpose in practice, the way he comes in ready every week. He even hit on the thing coaches say when they truly mean it, that May is an even better person than player. That's about leadership, about locker room trust, about what happens when the pressure hits and everybody looks at the quarterback to set the temperature. And here's what should scare the rest of the league. It still feels like the beginning. May plays with margin. He makes an adjustment, and you can see it immediately. He learns during the game, and now he's operating with clarity. He knows where the answers are, where the matchups are, how to keep chains moving, how to finish in the red zone, how to stay composed in a 2-minute drill. He's not just talented, he's commanding. You can feel it as a fan. 3rd and long doesn't feel like dread anymore. It feels like anticipation. It feels like, okay, what's the answer this time? There's belief. And when you've got a quarterback playing like this, the goal stops being hang around. The goal becomes prove it, which brings us straight to the peak tension of the weekend, because proving it means doing it against the team that's owned the division for years, in the biggest moment, in your building, with everything on the line. This isn't just Patriots-Bills. This is a power test. Josh Allen is the 2024 MVP, the face of Buffalo's run, the Superman quarterback who has made the AFC East feel like his personal property since Tom Brady left. And now you've got Drake May, second year, fearless, accurate, dangerous, showing up like the new sheriff in Foxborough. The chairs are moving. People don't like that. And you can feel the tension around the league because nobody wants to admit the Patriots might be back faster than expected. These teams already played once this season, in October, up in Orchard Park, and the Patriots won 23-20. Winning against Buffalo is hard. Winning in Buffalo is a different animal. That wasn't luck. That was execution. That was composure. That was May being steady when the game tried to speed up. Now the stage is even bigger. A win here can lock up the AFC East and send a message to the entire conference. Former MVP Matt Ryan said Allen and May are among the 3 quarterbacks playing the best football right now, and he leaned toward Allen as the guy who can put a team on his back in the postseason. Fine. Allen has earned that kind of respect. But the real question is, how long is he the only name people trust in this conversation? Because May is leading the league in the stats that matter. Accuracy, yards, rating. That's not narrative. That's reality. And he's doing it without a roster everyone labels loaded. He's elevating. He's solving problems. He's taking responsibility. And games like this are where the league's perception changes overnight. If May beats Allen again, this time at home, with the division right there, then the AFC East doesn't feel like Buffalo's anymore. It feels contested. It feels like it's shifting. And when everything connects, the whistle, the discipline, the injury situation, the quarterback play, it comes down to identity. Can the Patriots play clean enough to keep the refs out of it? Can the defense manufacture pressure even if Landry isn't 100%? Can the offense keep its composure in the red zone and finish drives? Because Sunday isn't just about beating the Bills. It's about announcing that the Patriot way is alive, modern, and built for this era. So let me ask you, Patriots fans, when that final whistle blows, what do you think the rest of the NFL is going to be saying about who runs the AFC East now? Drop your take in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe if you're riding with us, and make sure you're back here every day, because this season is turning into something big.